ILT preferences let administrators control many aspects of instructor-led training, from which fields should appear on the page when creating events or sessions, to the way waitlists are managed. From the Administrator console, choose Learning, Learning Preferences, and ILT Preferences to open the ILT Features and Preferences page. Many ILT preferences are configurable by division, but all of the corporate settings at the top of the General tab can only be configured at the top level. That means you'll need to click the top level division to see the corporate preference settings on the General tab. The options listed under Corporate Settings control the events and sessions options that will be available, and how events and sessions will be created. The way these settings are configured will apply to all divisions. For example, selecting the Allow Reservation of Seats for a specific organizational unit and the Allow Enrollment Restrictions to be placed on a specific organizational unit will add a field to the Session Details page that gives administrators the ability to reserve seats and restrict the number of people who can enroll from a specific OU. If you are adding a training session that's more relevant to sales team members than support team members, enabling these options will place a field on the Session Details page that would allow you to reserve a greater number of seats for the sales team while preventing them from taking all available seats. The Add Users on the Wait List to the Interest Tracking List for that event and location will automatically add users who were not granted a waitlist opening to the Event Interest Tracking List. If the ILT session becomes available email trigger has been configured and activated, then enabling this setting can notify your interested users when new sessions are added so they can register. You can use the Allow option to grant waitlist opening to all waitlisted users to choose a default event setting that will either grant waitlist openings to users one at a time based on priority or on a first-come, first-served basis. When checked, the Allow to Submit Roster After Start Time of the Last Part of the Session option allows administrators to update and submit a roster prior to the session's completion time. This provides learners access to evaluation links and post-work before they leave the classroom. By default, the Withdraw Users when no-show sessions are removed preference will be checked in your portal. As a result, any user who is removed from an ILT session and is in a no-show status will result in the user being withdrawn and then marked as removed. If this preference is unchecked, any user that is removed from an ILT session and has a no-show status on their transcript will remain in the no-show status and be marked as removed. The Withdraw Users when incomplete sessions are removed preference is also checked by default in your portal. When a user's incomplete ILT session is removed from their transcript, the user's status will be withdrawn and then be marked as removed. If this preference is unchecked, any user that is removed from an ILT session with an incomplete status on their transcript will remain in the incomplete status and be marked as removed. The settings that are listed beneath the general settings are visible for all divisions, and many can be overwritten at the division organizational unit level. Advanced registration only applies to those users that are on the interest tracking list and allows interested users the opportunity to register for a session before it is opened up to any other users. Under the Advanced Registration section, you'll find options that allow instructors to pre-approve advanced registration users and auto-register users upon approval. You can configure waitlists using the settings in the Waitlist section. If Allow Waitlists is unchecked, your sessions will close after the maximum registration number is reached. If you do allow waitlists, users beyond that number can be put on a waitlist. If waitlists are allowed, you can configure the default event settings that will auto-manage the lists and auto-register users who are granted waitlist requests. Other waitlist settings include setting deadlines that specify how many days and hours students have to register for a class after an opening is granted. It is important to specify if you are not going to auto-register users upon granting a waitlist request. You can set an expiration date for your waitlists or limit the users to one waitlist per event. Allowing enrollment substitutions within organizational units gives managers, approvers, cost center approvers, and administrators the ability to replace registered users with another user without incurring withdrawal penalties or opening the seat to the waitlist. Payment preferences provide you with the option to allow refunds, automate refunds, or charge users for not showing up to their designated ILT session. The interest tracking options control your interest tracking lists by automating the removal of users after a designated number of months or matching sessions are offered in your portal. Finally, enabling your QR code feature provides the admins and instructors the ability to generate a QR code for users to scan from the Learn app to verify their attendance. You'll find detailed information on each of the settings on the General tab in the online help article, ILT Preferences General. You'll find detailed information on each of the settings on the Event Calendar tab in the online help article, ILT Preferences Event Calendar.